He's totally hooked. He is totally hooked out of Minnesota. 3:18.60 goes number 2. 3:18 and 60. Claypool Risky Business, that's number 1.
Here we go. We got to have any Case fans here tonight. Case fans, make some noise. The Howe family out of Centralia, Kansas, that's all they run. Old J.I. Case products. Old Wisconsin War Eagle Case. Looking at results on the Outlaw Pulling app from last night. The Little Temptation took 3rd overall. Elmer was driving the Little Temptation last night. Got Rodney at the controls tonight. Rodney Howe got us in Centralia, Kansas. Got to beat 198.67 at this point. Alan Ulmer broke his tractor never enough on his run to 198.67. Here comes a Little Temptation. Yeah, buddy, he missed the weight there. He was trying to keep it under control, but it was really starting to get out of whack on him, getting out of sorts. That ought to push him into the lead, though, as he gets past Alan Ulmer. .278.47 puts him in the lead right now. Ended up there at 30 mile an hour. Might have been about 35, 36, but he kept the nose down on him. Yeah. We're going to announce the winners of the Big Smoke Shootout here in a little bit, too. Dave, the Big Smoke Shootout brought to you by High Plains Performance, Buckman Farms, and Golden Ribbon Transport.
Ted Skelton, The Rock, Harvard, Illinois. Now, right now, Claypool, Risky Business, is in the lead. They won The Rock here last year. They're in contention for The Rock tonight, but with 23 hooks, a lot of different things can change. This truck right here can rock and roll. Ted Skelton and The Rock. Drove through the bounce.
Took the right side. Came clear over here as far as he could go on the right side, Dave. That truck normally finds a way to hook up to the track. I've seen him pull on some pretty sketchy tracks. Somehow he gets a hold of it. That's something that some of the others in the class can't manage to do.
Goes number 2 at 3:26 and 60. Goes number 2 at 3:26 and 60 for The Rock.
All right, case time. Once again, I'm going to stick with the Haug family. Brian Haug. Now, Brian won last night on the Little Temptation. He's driving the Big Temptation tonight. See if he can do the same thing with the big tractor that he did with the little tractor last night. Got to beat 278.47 feet. Here we go out of Centralia, Kansas. Brian Haug at the Big Temptation case.
3:26 Gotta love it when the flagman's running backwards.
That's the best thing in the world to a puller to see. That 300-foot flagman running backwards as fast as it can. .304.51 for Brian Haug. He moves into the top spot. 304.51, your new lead distance.
All right, Tom Byers, Agent Orange. First show out this year for this truck. And he's in the hunt for the rock. But he's got to do two things. Number one, he's got to pass Eric Claypool. If he don't pass 3:39.24, if he doesn't take the lead, he's not going to be in the hunt for the rock. That's just plain, cut, and simple. If you're going to be in the hunt for the rock, you got to go past Risky Business, because Risky Business got fourth last night. Tom Byers got fifth. Agent Orange, been around quite a while. They went from a square body to the newer design.
Had a good hook last night. They took fifth overall in a 24 truck class. Not too shabby. Ecotuning.com, your diesel tuning experts for over 18 years. Tuning all things ag since 2005. Turbo calculations, injector sizing, pump sizing, and software. Tuning on most makes and models. Ecotuning.com to find the dealer nearest you. If you want to make more power using less fuel, Ecotuning.com. Ryan Ferrick, Little Wayne, Nebraska, Dixon. Well, those alcohol burning light supers are finicky. We were thinking last night they were a little finicky just because of the weather, the cool and damp weather conditions we had here last night, but several of them still being a little finicky here tonight. Tom Byers, Chevrolet, calls it Agent Orange. Lock, load, and fire.
Had a good run going up into a certain spot. It looked like he was going to drive through it. And then kept on going. And he knew if he let off the throttle to let it lock up and get back into it, he wasn't going nowhere. Man out of Watkins, Iowa. Out of Watkins, Iowa. Agent Orange, Tom Byers. He and I celebrate birthdays on the same day, and that was not healthy one night.
VP Racing Fuels, the spec fuel of the Outlaws. Every Outlaw pulling vehicle going down the track is burning VP Racing Fuels, from the Torque DX diesel fuel to the Q16 Racing gasoline. VPRacingFuels.com. Log on now to find one of the many additives for your daily driver or your outdoor power equipment. VPRacingFuels.com. Schaefer Oil, since 1839, Schaefer Oil has been helping customers' equipment run stronger and last longer. Schaefer Oil products provide unconditional performance and quality. Schaefer Oil, not the best because we're the oldest, but the oldest because we're the best. SchaeferOil.com.
I use Schaefer Oil. I have it in my motorcycle. I've got it in my motor coach. I've got it in my swather. I've got it in my tractors. After seeing what I've seen, what that can do for the machines, it's worth it. It's a little pricier. You ain't going to buy it at Walmart for $1.99 a can, but it is super, super good.
Yeah, I've spoken to many engine builder that said the proof is in those bearings, and Schaefer Oil is unsurpassed in that.
I don't remember the super stock that it was, but a super stock tractor 2 years ago lost its oil pump belt, made a complete run on Schaefer's oil without an oil pump, and did not burn the bearings.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's to sell anybody right there.
They've been around since 1839 for a reason, Dave. SchaeferOil.com. Right. Beautiful International at the line coming out of Dunlap, Iowa. Defending points champ in the class. Won the Pullers Championships last year in the light super stock division. This is Justin Hoffman. He took fourth last night. International called last one standing. Got to beat 304.51 to get past the Big Temptation case.
Where's my international people at? Rowdy Red International, folks. That was a nice hook over there on the left side. How about 327 and 80? Give Justin Hoffman a round of applause. First place goes back to Dunlap, Iowa for the time being. Scott Holtgrew coming up next, and he took second last night. Backdraft. Let's go back and try that hop again. It's going to take some patience. We're going to find out who can drive over here on this four-wheel drive side. Who can read the track and drive that first 100 foot. You've seen it done. We've got three of them out there in 300-plus feet, so it can be done. That's a proven fact. Just cannot be too aggressive and cannot be too lazy.
Extreme Performance and Tire Cutting, your direct dealer for Kaiser aluminum wheels. Extreme Performance has a proven track record that leaves the competition spinning. Go to extremeperformancepulling.com. The rear end has left the building, Dave. The rear end has left the building.
That is locked up. That's kind of like my mother-in-law sitting inside the couch. You ain't moving it.
Oh, yeah, probably going to have to lift it from the rear there and drag him off. The rear end is locked up tighter than a wedge. See if we can watch the replay. Kaya, can you bring that replay up here? One of those bounces was one too many for the old backdraft Chevy. Watch the replay, folks. Watch the rear end of the truck. There it was, right there. That actually, not sure if the bounce was the camel, the straw that broke the camel's back. That might have been actually what caused that last big bounce, was when the rear end locked up.
They told me it was the drive shaft that turned loose and is corkscrewed underneath there.
Scott Holtgrew, the Voodoo Deer out of Atkinson, Nebraska. Oh, man, he finished second last night, but he was doing right side leg presses over there to keep that thing in bounds, pushing on that right brake, trying to hold it inside the track, inside the white line, I should say. 309 and 21 puts him in the number 2 spot, even as he had to mash on the brake.
The backdraft corkscrewed a drive shaft. Said it's pointed every which way from Sunday.
Yeah, I could see the drive shaft loop assembly down there.
Yeah.
Hanging underneath.
I bet Ryan felt.
Look at the big screen, folks. Look at the big screen right now. That drive shaft is not supposed to bend like that and not supposed to be bent in that direction. That is, yeah. Well, you know what? That's probably better than having to put a ring and pinion in it. I promise you. You'd rather replace the drive shafts, probably a couple of yokes on the rear end and on the output of the gearbox, the transfer case.
I've seen a lot of different breakages, but that's the first one I've seen get back like that.
So one more light super stock. Here's how we're sitting right now. Justin Hoffman is number 1. Scott Holtgrove, number 2. Brian Haug, Big Temptation, number 3. Rodney Haug, Little Temptation, in 4th. And Alan Ulmer in 5th. So one tractor to go before we get the final results here. I don't think.
Now, just so the crowd knows, we got a lot coming up. I mean, we're talking about a lot of hooks and forward drive pickup, but later on tonight, we have got some killer semis. Those semis put on one whale of a show last night. We got semi trucks coming up. We got the who's who in two-wheel drive. The who's who. And then you got that shootout.
The Super Farm shootout.
Just another couple hours. You paid your money, get your money's worth. It's here.
Yeah, you're seeing some of the top competitors in the nation here, folks, at the 20th anniversary of Thunder in the Valley. Stop Fire Fire Extinguishers, the world's best fire extinguisher. Stop Fire is a proprietary blend of fire suppression gases that not only puts out the fire, but also prevents reignition with zero mess. Stop Fire Extinguishers are 100% guaranteed and made right here in North America. To get your hands on your very own Stop Fire Fire Extinguisher, go online at ake.com and get free shipping with your online order. Nail Excavating. It's a mass grading, commercial utilities, directional drilling, agricultural survey, design, and land improvement company located in Missouri. But Nail Excavating crews have proudly served clients nationwide for over 18 years. To find out more, log on at nailexcavatingllc.com.
All right. We got one sled positioned way over on the left. We got a John Deere that's wanting to. Is this just off warranty? You gotta hate it when you ain't got no warranty.
harvest, you have one goal: finding the perfect flow of grain from the field to the bin. Case IH axial flow combines are engineered for matched capacity to deliver proven grain savings, so you can keep efficiency flowing smoothly. Find yours with the Case IH axial flow.
All right, folks, we're going to have, after this four-wheel drive pickup, we got the Young Guns, the Outlaw Young Guns, going to line up back here and come out on the track. The special presentation with the folks from Titan Tire, sponsor of the Young Guns.
Lee England out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different states in this class of 23. Little bit of a different style, trying to get through that bouncy spot. Little bit of a different style. 306-16. 306 and 16. Puts him in the number 4 spot out of Wyoming with the Black Thunder. Who wants a freebie from all the Young Guns? Talk to them. Your local sponsors down on the big screen. Young Guns, sponsored by Titan Tires out on the track. These are our young pullers that you see go down the track. We've been talking about them.
Who? Now, in total, Dave, we've got over 30 Young Guns pulling with the Outlaws. One of the Young Guns won the limited pro stock class tonight.
Yeah.
Lane Paulson, 16 years old, won the limited pro stock class tonight. And I almost picked Lane in my picks with full pull.
There you go.
I almost picked him as a wild card. He's been doing a good job.
Almost don't count.
I know it don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, those youngsters going down the sideline right there, those Young Guns, those are the future of the Outlaws. Give them a round of applause, the Young Guns.
Yeah, huge thanks to Titan, maker of Goodyear Farm Tires, for sponsoring the Young Guns program. Check them out. Pick up your Titan Goodyear Farm Tires with LSW technology at Graham Tire, the tire store next door.
There's two
Pulling
types of
is
drivers
such a
out there.
nasty habit.
Drivers who know how to protect their investment and drivers who don't. Car owners who know how to get more miles per gallon and owners who don't. We're talking people who know their Schaefer and people who don't. Which one are you? From cars to trucks to diesel workhorses, whatever you drive, there's a Schaefer synthetic oil for you. Do you know your Schaefer? Ask for it at an automotive retailer near you.
The passion to make this season better than the last. Since the beginning, it's been our goal too. From our pipeline of groundbreaking traits to new technologies, ours is a story of innovation and a proven track record that's pushed performance and the industry farther than many thought was possible. But there's still work to be done and yields to chase. Because as you know all too well, success doesn't come to those who wait.
Such a nasty habit. Truck pulling is, according to David O'Connor out Austin, Minnesota, running the nasty habit. Drove right through that spot, no problem.
All right, Dave, final results for light super stock class. Justin Hoffman goes number 1 with last one standing. Scott Holtrew and Voodoo Deer goes number 2. Brian Haug, the Big Temptation, goes number 3. Rodney Haug and Little Temptation goes number 4. And Ryan Frericks and Addiction goes number 5. But we had a tie for the Rock. We had to go to distance. Here comes Jason Wayman, Megatron, Limited Pro Diesel Pickup. Picked up the win this afternoon in session 2. Nice hook in his quest for the Rock here this weekend for Jason Wayman, the No Way Man Diesel Performance Limited Pro Diesel Pickup class.